Okay, I'm live. Okay, this looks a little dark still. Okay, hang on. I'm going to turn another light on because despite the fact that it's still sunlight out, it still look a little dark. Hang on. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. This looks a little better. Sorry about that, kids. Welcome to Talkin Fedora Chic. If you are welcome to new subscribers, and thank you for subscribing. And for those who are new and have not yet subscribed, hey Rafe, good to see you. Okay, where was I? Yeah. So for those of you who are new and have not yet subscribed, we are a story time / social commentary channel focusing on social issues of the day. A lot about mental health, but not exclusively. If you're into that kind of thing, please consider subscribing and hit that little bell thingy below so you can be notified every time I upload or go live. You'll have to forgive me. My speech patterns are not yet quite back to normal. And I wasn't planning. Hey, Ruth, good to see you. So I wasn't planning to do a video today because I'm still not feeling all that great. I've been having a rough few days with the FTD. But I saw a video from a certain reaction channel today that I found particularly disturbing and I have strong feelings about. And I was debating about doing this video because I didn't want to contribute any further to her lack of responsibility. But because I feel so strongly about this and the lack of critical thinking that goes on, I mean, lack of critical thinking on social media, particularly on YouTube, is nothing new. But sometimes the lack of critical thinking can endanger or put someone's life at risk. Yes, sadly, even children. So I will not be. Many of you will probably think, "Hey, Fluffy." So many of you will probably figure out which two YouTubers I am referring to. I will neither confirm nor deny in the comments if you choose to guess. But yeah, I'm not going to mention their names, either the originating channel, the original video. And hey, Kim, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, and Kim, yes, and I'm getting off to a rocky start here. Okay. Thank you. So anyways, like I said, so for the purposes of this video, this live stream, this discussion, I will be referring to the original channel, the original video holder as X, and the reaction channel in question I will refer to as Y. Okay, so the original video X and the reaction channel as Y. Hey Kay, I missed you too. I'm glad. Thanks, Kim. I've been having trouble with my speech patterns lately, which is why I'm late with Patreon content. And I deeply apologize for that, and I'm going to try and get that out as soon as I can get my speech patterns straight. Yes. So, yes, for those of you who wish to support the channel, I do have a PayPal and a Patreon. And while I'm on it, I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons, S, Journey to Find K, and to Kim Liepert, Journey to Find K, and Kim are both in the live chat. So shout outs and thank you so much for being patrons, and thank you so much for your patience with me. I really appreciate this. So yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, X and Y. Okay, Y put it. Y is the reaction channel. X is the original. How it started was X put out a video. She's already become quite the controversial YouTuber in her own right. In all honesty, I don't know much about her. I don't really follow her content. She brands herself as a lifestyle vlogging channel, and her content, frankly, is not interesting enough to me. Okay. But she appears to be a controversial YouTuber, and somehow, I look at the recommendeds, and you can't miss all the reaction channels on this girl these days. Oh, thank you, Kay, for understanding. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Kay. Yes. Hey, Fluffy and Wraith. I hope you're all well, and Ruth as well. Kim, I hope you're doing better. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah. So, X put out a video talking about the adoption of her child. And apparently it was a foreign adoption, an international adoption. I'm not sure where the child comes from. It was a bit of a sordid story from what I heard. I saw the clip because Y decided to play the entire 20-minute clip. I'm assuming that's the entire video, but not sure. And X took down the video, but apparently was found on Kiwi Farms. Lesson number 1, kids, stay off of Kiwi Farms. They make the National Enquirer look respectable. Okay, they make the National Enquirer look like high quality journalism. Okay. And I'm not here to talk about Kiwi Farms right now, but just to mention that. So anyways, that's where Y found the video that is now deleted from X, and she decided to react to it and played the video in its entirety on her channel without interruption or stopping it to react to it. She just put it. And X talked about the adoption of this child, and there is question of whether this child was adopted legally. What is this child's status in the United States as far as visas are concerned? Is this child a permanent resident? I don't know. And please note, for those of you who are new here and don't know, I live in Canada. I have never lived in the United States. Most of my viewers are American, so probably, especially Kay, who works in the mental health field, she might be able to speak to that better than I can. But it appears I have to question X's judgment in telling this story. Now, usually when people go on social media, yeah, okay, yeah, I think we're on the same. I think we're on the same wavelength. But like I said, on this video, I'm not going to confirm or deny the people in question. Okay, because honestly, I am. My screen is freezing again. Can you all hear and see me? Okay, because my screen is freezing again. All right. Now, frankly, I'm not here. I'm not here to discuss my dislike for X or my dislike for Y or whatever. My concern is for this child. Okay. And for many of you who don't know, also, I used to work as a secretary supporting frontline social workers for my province's Ministry of Health and Social Services. It was very important work for me before I was forced into retirement. And I still very much care for the welfare of children, and I will fight for the welfare of children as long as I still can. Okay, so my focus is solely on this poor child. Now, I have to question X's judgment in telling this story. Now, usually telling family stories, talking about your children, talking about an adoption, talking about in vitro fertilization, or difficulties in conceiving children, and discussing that your dreams of motherhood are tantamount. Okay, this is nothing new. We have seen this. But in this case, there was a question of whether this child was adopted legally or not. And this is why I question X's judgment in putting out that video, because she may well have put her child's her child's welfare at risk. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Kay. Yeah, thanks, Kay. Thanks, Fluffy. So, hi, Lily. Good to see you. So, anyways, as I was saying, I have a feeling this YouTuber X, like I said, I don't really know much about her content except that it's boring to me, and I only catch on reaction channels. I get the feeling this girl is pretty naive despite her rough upbringing. That this girl is pretty naive and definitely exercised poor judgment in telling the story of this child. Because, as you know, this leads to reaction channels going on a feeding frenzy. Okay? And enter reaction channel Y. She comes out with a video pouncing all over the place over this girl. And she talks about how she's concerned for the child. And she goes on to talk about how ICE or INS, whatever you call it in the United States, ICE, INS, yeah, okay, could come, like the way she made it sound, the way she implied that, oh, ICE is going to go to her door or show up at this child's school at any given time, the way she made it sound, the way she implied it. She claimed she was concerned for the child. I'm sorry, why? It don't cut it for me, because if you were really concerned about this child, you would have contacted X privately. Now, if you go to the About section on X's channel page, okay, you have access to her email. Click how to reach her, and you have access to her email. You can reach her privately. For the record, I did, after watching Y's video, I did reach out to X privately. I'm not going to give out the contents of the video. And also, for the record, I also mentioned to X at the top line that she in no way has any permission to use the contents of that email as receipts or anything like that. I was specifically reaching out to her due to concern for this child, and I feel that Y might have made a bad situation, an already bad situation, an already problematic situation, even worse. Yeah, exactly. I'm not mentioning names, Lily. Sorry, I'm not mentioning names. Yeah, I'm not mentioning names. Like I said, some of you might infer who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to, and that's fine, but I'm not going to confirm or deny in the comments section or in the chat, in all honesty, because I am concerned for this child, and I'm already afraid speaking my mind on this subject, I might be making matters worse. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I reached out to X. I hope X takes my advice. She probably won't if she sees it, unfortunately. But at least I have the good conscience in knowing I did try to do good, for lack of a better term, right? But why did she? But why? But as for YouTuber Y, the reaction channel, did she reach out to X privately? I seriously doubt that. Okay, from what I've seen of Y's content, I'm not a fan. I'll admit, openly, I am not a fan. And frankly, I find her content. Well, anyways, I don't. I'm going to give away, because if I mention more, I'm going to give away who she is. But let's just say she's somebody I would expect more from than your average YouTuber, even a reaction channel. Okay, so so this is, to me, is disgusting. To me, it's despicable. I feel she did that video, that reaction video, to X for views. This YouTuber X in question, like I said, is fairly new, and she is controversial. She is getting up there in being hate watched, which is something else I don't get, the hate watching, honestly, but that's another topic for another time. Yeah, I feel that Y did this video for views and nothing else. She claims she's concerned for the child, but she did everything but. This was about, further digging at. Fine, if you're a reaction channel or a commentary channel, reacting to somebody's content, fine, you can hold them to account. That's fine. I do that here. I hold others in social media land account. But children should be off limits. And if this child's immigration status is in question, if this child's adoption status is in question, one does not need to further fuel the fire here. Yeah. I doubt she reached out to X2K, in all honesty. I doubt it too. I really do. If it was somebody else, I might have question about it, but knowing why the way I do, from her content, from watching her content, I doubt it, Yeah, Y's actions are suspect, and what's hard is she has people boosting her content like it's so awesome. I know, huh? Yeah, I know. And what's shocking to me is someone like her, of all people, should know that a site like Kiwi Farms is garbage. Okay, Kiwi Farms is garbage. As you would say, Kay, it's trash. It's trash. Hey, Joe, good to see you. Good to see you here. So yeah, if X, and then reaction channel Y would go on to talk about her own experience with a friend of hers or somebody in her life with ICE, coming at her door and all that. Yeah, well, why that makes what you did all the more despicable, since you had etched in your brain a traumatic memory of somebody of ICE officials pounding at your door, coming video like that. If you want to react to X, that's fine and dandy. I may not agree with how you do it, but I don't have to watch you either. But the child should have been left out. And X's poor judgment. Yes, it's poor judgment. And yes, she needs to be held accountable for poor judgment. But that could have been done privately. Understood. This could have been done privately. Even if she doesn't listen to you, does not respond to you. If you really cared about the child, that's what you would have done. And then you could say with a clear conscience that you did your part, just as I had done. Right? Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. You're right. And it shouldn't be fodder for T channels. And that's what Reaction Channel Y did. She used it as T. And this is why I'm not mentioning names. Okay, I'm referring to the original. Once again, I may have mixed them up, but I meant, okay, X is the original video and Y is the reaction channel. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm not mentioning names in this video. Okay, honestly, I am concerned for this child. And then her comment section, Y's comment section is just as gross. Are they, they're accusing X of all kinds of weird, stupid things, honestly, really. And they don't think either, what are you going to do? You want to report the child to ICE? You want to report X to ICE? Think about what you're doing, or putting out a video or putting out on social media. Think about what you're doing. Now, it's possible, as Y mentioned, X does live in a so-called sanctuary state. I'm not sure how that works. Again, I'm Canadian, so I'm not sure how that works. Does that mean the child or the parent or the would-be parents or legal guardians, are they immune from ICE until the child turns 18? I'm not sure. And you got to think, if not, and if ICE comes for this child while this child is a minor, if this child is not documented, okay, that child would have regardless of X's parenting skills, I think we can safely assume that this child's fate would be far worse off in the custody of ICE or INS or whatever you call them, right? So X shouldn't have. No, and you're right. And I mentioned that earlier in the video, Joe. I did. I already critiqued her for her poor judgment. But Y is somebody who should know better, okay? X, I feel, is a naive YouTuber putting her life out there. And like many YouTubers, exercises poor judgment. However, Y should have known better. Y should have known better, okay? That's the way I view it. Okay, Y should have known better. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Lily. You're right. Joe, X's son comes from Micronesia. They may have spelled that wrong, but apparently from that country, the U.S. doesn't need certain papers. Yeah, a lot of those, if that child is from that part of the world, there are some of those islands that do have some kind of agreement with the United States. Like Guam, for instance. And I'm honestly not sure how that would work. Now, according to X, apparently this the child came from the friend of a friend or the acquaintance of an acquaintance, and it was a private adoption, and that happens often too. Uh, that often happens too. But if the red tape is not cut, if one does not make the effort to go over the red tape or put out the expense to formally legalize this child, this child's adoption. Now, it is entirely possible the child does have some kind of legal status in the United States and does have documents. It appears it's not like the child arrived on some rickety boat at some abandoned shorefront. The child arrived on an airplane in a known airport and likely would have to gone through customs. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe X and her husband have legal guardianship, so to speak. Maybe they're foster parents. I don't know the status, but yeah, this is why, X did a job on herself, and this is a lesson to be learned. Even though she deleted the video was later found on Kiwi Farms, which is how Y found it. It goes to the lesson, even if you take down something from the internet, once something is up on the internet, it is permanent. Okay, it is permanent. It never really goes off. Plus, there are tools like the Wayback Machine and such, So yeah, sometimes you've got to exercise judgment. I mean, even at my ripe old age, I still exercise poor judgment online. I have. As a political blogger, once upon a time, I learned important lessons, and I have to wonder if X might have opened herself and her children. And I'm not just talking about her son who was adopted. I'm talking about the other children, might have been opened herself to doxing. Okay. Because the good folks at Kiwi Farms appear to be not above doxing. And to me, they don't care about the welfare of children. Hang on a minute. Oh, really interesting. Yeah. Okay, they should keep children off social media until they're ready. Lily, I agree with you 100%. Look, I don't follow family vlogs for that reason. I don't really like the idea of people putting their children on YouTube, especially. YouTube particularly can be quite toxic. And yes, I have seen sick comments from adults directed at the children of some of these family vloggers, okay? Not directed at the adults, but directed at the children. And that is why I don't follow family vlogs. My channel is adult content only. Hang on. Private adoption is a broad title. Yeah, you're right. You can have a private adoption through an agency with paperwork involved. It sounds like Y is assuming a lot. Yeah, you're right. And Y could well be assuming a lot. But the point is, the way Y puts out her video and the way she talks about it, and because X is so controversial and hated, what happens, it's natural human instinct. Somebody who is already controversial, somebody who may already be problematic or even disliked, okay? People are always going to be quick to jump the gun to believe the worst, okay, about them. And that's another danger, about lack of critical thinking on social media, okay? And in this case, and like I said, I'm not giving credit to X by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, I think she exercised very poor judgment because she left herself open for those like Y. But this brings me to my point. Y didn't have to jump in, okay, to do that kind of video. If she wanted to discuss the X, find other ways, exactly, keep the child out of it. But no, she chose to bring a child into it. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. You can download videos from YT, especially if you have that YT premium or an app to do it. Yeah, absolutely right, Joe. Yeah, Daddy of 5. But that I'm not going to get into Daddy of 5 today because this is going to end up to be a long live stream. And before I know it, my speech patterns are going to go. Okay. Oh, wow. I just read some stuff where the child is from, and the mother states is unwed and cannot take care of the child, then the U.S. looks at them as orphans and makes it, oh God, easier for them to adopt the child. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kay. I would agree on that. X shares way too much, which is going to attract the wrong people. Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened here, Joe. That's exactly what happened here. You know, she shared her information, and you get somebody relentless like Y, who should frankly know better, okay? For a variety of reasons, she should know better instead of behaving like a queen bee of a high school mean girl clique. Yeah. It seems that most of the paperwork is from the certain court and their need to change, but it's not too hard because it's not part of a certain convention. So adoptions are as regulated as SMDH. Oh, thank you for that, Kay. Yeah, you see, I learned something new when I do a live stream. Kay, I'm glad you're here because Kay is quite skilled, more adept at these things than even I am. Like I said, I live in Canada. Yeah, the adoptions aren't strictly regulated. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Why assume the most without talking to X? Who should have shared what she did before putting out a video? Absolutely. And that's what I've been talking about, Joe. That's exactly what I've been talking about. So for anybody just jumping in or just joining me here, if you're thinking I'm talking in favor of X, okay, I'm going to leave the stream up as I leave everything up. You'll see in its entirety that I am critical of X, okay? I am critical of X. It's just right now I'm finding Y just a tad more despicable because I believe Y should know better, okay? Y, if anybody knew Y's background, you'll understand why I'm kind of trying to hold her to a higher standard, although seeing her behavior on YouTube, I probably shouldn't. You know, I really probably shouldn't. But, you know, you understand why. Kay has dug up info in 5 minutes of research, which Y didn't seem to do. Exactly. You know, and that's the thing. Okay. Never, that's the thing. Y with her profession would have access to resources that most of us don't. Okay. For research. That most of us don't. And she could have done all that. But, you know, and it was speculative at best. She claims that, you know, here she is, she's accusing X of being a bad mother. And her comment section is like littered with people. Oh, yeah, she's the worst mother in the world. Okay, let's calm down a tad. It's not like Onision, who let his 2-year-old fall out of a second-story window and then decide to get the camera out instead of calling 911. Okay, let's not go that far. I seriously doubt that X has done that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kay, for putting up. Yeah, thank you for putting up. If you wish to support this channel, I have a Patreon and I have PayPal. Okay, and I also have a Discord server. Thanks again, Kay, for putting up the Discord link. If you haven't already joined our Discord, please do so. We are a great bunch of people, if I do say so myself, and we are growing. We are over 40 members strong, despite being only. Despite only having been started for a month and a half. So that's great. Reminds me of what TT did to Nags and almost ruined his life. Yeah. Unless a creator shows their parenting 24/7 or is doing onion boy things, you can't judge how a person parents. You're absolutely right, Joe. You're absolutely right. Facts on Mumsy Musings. Is Y a mom herself? No, Y is not a mother. She has admitted on several occasions she is not a mother. She is not a parent. No, she is not. And I'm not a parent either. But like I said, I did work as a secretary for the Ministry of Health and Social Services in my province, and I supported frontline social workers. Yeah. I supported frontline social workers. So that's the other thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Joe and Kay. Thank you for bringing that up. Exactly. Y is not a mother. So who the hell is she to judge the parenting of another YouTuber? Just because a YouTuber comes out and puts out content that is problematic, might even be dishonest with their viewers. And let's be honest, I think many YouTubers do embellish a bit. I think we all, I think a lot of us embellish a bit. It goes to a master class I took from playwright, screenwriter David Mamet, who he was the one who taught that. Maybe I'll do another video about that master class another day, because that too is an interesting lesson for YouTubers and social media, but just to say, Y is not a parent and thus is in no position to judge unless she sees something like X, I don't know, leaving her child alone in a car on camera. Well, okay, or sees there is a police report out, like Onion Boy, for instance. Okay. But if we don't see anything untoward, Y isn't really in no position to judge. And to my knowledge, I don't think Y ever worked around children. I could be wrong, but it doesn't sound like that was her career path ever. So maybe I'm assuming too much, but I'm going to assume she's never worked for a child protective agency, or she worked as a child psychologist or around or teachers or at a school. You know what I mean? Jenny, we're all perfect parents until we actually have kids. Exactly, Jenny. I mean, like I said, I'm not a parent. So unless I see something completely untoward, I'm not going to judge a parent. I'm not going to judge a parent because I don't have kids. I'm not a parent. Yeah. Jenny Burns, facts. I was the same way before I had kids, and man, has my opinion changed. I hear a lot about that from parents, Kay. I hear a lot of that. It's like they say children do not come with instruction manuals. It would be nice if they did, I suppose, but they don't. Yeah, Joe agrees, because Joe is also a parent. Joe has two children of her own. No one knows how to parent until they've had kids. It's not part of life that comes with a manual. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like the ma'am lady. I don't know who the ma'am lady is. X shares way too much about her kids. I feel she's naive and ignorant to social media. Exactly, Joe. I agree. And I've reiterated this point many times on this stream. I am not by any stretch of the imagination, praising X or siding with X completely here. Like I said at the beginning, my concern is for the child and the child's safety and the child's well-being. And I would just hate for this child to be traumatized, being potentially, I don't know, removed from his classroom one day by ICE agents, or ICE coming to pound at the door, grabbing this child and potentially traumatizing even the two younger children that live in X's X and her husband's younger children. I'm concerned about the children, period. If anybody asks who I'm siding with here, I'm siding with the child. I'm not siding with X. I'm definitely not siding with Y here, and she needs to understand how social media can be. Yeah, Kay, and here's the other thing. If she doesn't understand it by now, given the hate that she has been receiving, either in her comment section or by the reaction channels, I mean, there are other controversial YouTubers in a similar situation to X, but the difference is they don't have children, okay? They do not have children, so we don't have to worry about children in their cases. In X's case, she has children, I'm not saying that should give her a free pass. If she needs to be held to accountable, yes, but God's sake, don't put a kid's life in danger. Don't. X had a banner on her car with her YouTube channel on it. X has since removed the banner. Yeah, and that too is very bad judgment, because again, X would be opening herself to being doxxed, right? So yeah, no, Nova. Hey, Nova, good to see you. Hi, everyone. Want to say hi before I go out? Oh, I've been missing you too, Nova. You should stop by more often. Yeah. Have a great weekend, Nova. Oh wow, banner what? Hi, musings. I've been working. I understand. Yeah, we all have to earn a buck, right? I get it. I certainly get that. Yeah. But yeah, no, okay, exactly. This is poor judgment on her part, and I'm not excusing it. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, are we as commentary channels or reaction channels, do we go in with both barrels the way Y did? And I say no. We should know better. We should know better. To me, it's kind of like telling a rape victim, well, what did you wear? You shouldn't have dressed in that short skirt. You know what I mean? You know, to me it's like that. I don't want to put it on her like that, but does X have a DD or she shared that prior? Sorry, what's a DD? Okay, I'm old and I'm not cool. So I'm old and I'm not cool. So what's a DD? When she shared that prior, might explain why she might not have an understanding of what developmental disability. I've been wondering about that myself, honestly. From what little I've seen of her, I have to wonder if she has a developmental delay. I don't want to diagnose her because I don't know her. I don't watch enough of her content. I'm not a mental health professional. I have been around a lot of people, adults with developmental delays, to notice certain traits. But I'm really not a professional, and therefore I don't want to diagnose her. But if X indeed does have a developmental delay, I think that makes it all the more despicable to react to her in the way people like Y did or does. You know, I've not seen one, okay, but I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to diagnose a stranger. I don't know. I mean, I have seen traits. I have a friend who has a developmental delay, actually. I do have a friend, and I noticed certain traits in her that are similar to him. But like I said, I don't know. And if that is the case, indeed, I don't think that would make someone a bad parent. Okay, because I have in my previous line of work seen people with adults, parents with developmental delays who are actually very good, loving parents who do provide for their children. So I don't want to judge parenting style on that kind of issue. That's number one. And number two, if she does have that disability, disabilities of any kind should not be fodder for tea. Honestly, they should not. Adults or children, they should not. Yeah. DX diagnosed, sorry, using work terms. That's okay, okay. It's okay. Like I said, I thought it was me being old and not cool. Okay. Thought it was me, way back in the early 1700s. Well, oh, okay. X doesn't seem to understand that putting her kids in her YT videos could endanger them. She seemed to brush it off in her live earlier. Yeah, and that's not okay either, Joe. That is not okay either. And I will critique that. Definitely I will critique that because she made herself open for things like doxing, like I said, I don't know. Maybe nuisance visits from Child Protective Services or whatever that's called, whatever they call themselves where she lives. Um, yeah, no, and I don't believe anybody. Like I said, I don't watch family vlogs for that reason. I don't think children should be on camera at all. I think children should be kept out. Absolutely. I mean, most of you who are parents in the live chat, I know you never put your kids on camera because you're responsible people. You're responsible parents. And it is irresponsible of her, no question. But I just don't think, why should have gone after, she claimed she wasn't going after the kid, but that's what she did. Okay. I don't know that was her intent. Okay. I'll be open that maybe that was not her intent. Slightly open. Because like I said, why should know better, you know? Oh God, no, no, no. You're right. You're right, Joe. No, that's not okay. No, that's not okay. No, that is a danger because, yeah, I'm not going to get into why. I think you all know why. because I really don't want to talk about that because I might choke on my denture. Yeah, Jenny, my channel used to be about personal stuff. All my family vids are private. Yeah, that's fine. They're not open to the public. Nope. I had one video where my 6-year-old popped in for like a second when I was making a point, but I think I made that video private. Yeah, I mean, Kay, I don't think I've ever seen your kids on camera. I mean, I've been following your videos for a while since I discovered you a few months back. I've never seen you put your kids on camera. No, I won't have my kids on YouTube. It could be the child's decision if they are aware. Lily, maybe if the child is over 16, maybe. If the kid is over 16, maybe. But under that, no. No, a 10, 12-year-old, even, no. 10 and 12-year-olds, even though they are starting to be able to fend for themselves and they might be starting middle school, I think they're still vulnerable. I still believe that's a vulnerable age bracket. So no, yeah, late teens. Yep, exactly. Late teens, Lily. I would say late teens, right? So yeah, a toddler would be deemed not able. No, absolutely not, Joe. Absolutely not. Hi, Kim. Lily, he's a teenager. Yeah. All good. I've seen too much drama when it comes with kids. My 12-year-old likes that I do videos, but doesn't want to do it, and told him even if he did, oh, well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, not under 13 either. Like I said, I just said that age bracket, like the tweens, they call them, between 10 and 13. No, I still feel that's a vulnerable age bracket. I really do. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't want to talk about that either. But the point is, because I'm going to get sidetracked if I haven't already gotten sidetracked enough as it is. But like I said, after I saw Y's reaction video, I reacted with anger. In all honesty, I was angry, and then it turned to concern for the child. The child. It's like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, pox on both your houses, X and Y. I'm in a pox on both your houses kind of mood. I am just concerned about the child. You know, I was like 13, 14, same age as my daughter. Yeah. But he tries. I tell him, nope, he's still too young. I still won't let my oldest have a cell phone. Okay. I'm glad you're holding your stance on that. Yeah. I'm glad you're holding your stance. I didn't have a smartphone until I was 26. I didn't have a smartphone until after I turned 40. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a smartphone until after I turned 40. No. No, no, no. Hang on a second. Okay. Um, okay. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Hang on. When making videos, you got to think of the repercussions, especially when it comes down to other people's kids. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Lily D, I agree. He tells me his friends in school have one, and I'm like, Mom's touch screen? He says yes. Oh, well, when he gets on it, it's going to be an old flip phone. All right, Kay. All right, Kay. I'm with you. I am with you. I am with you 100%. Yeah, Lily, and I think teachers should be confiscating cell phones at the opening of class. I do. Oh, they do. Okay, they do. All right. I went to a mall one time and these kids were walking around with new iPhones and I'm like, "Why?" Yeah, I'm like shaking my damn head about that too. I see that here, you go to the mall in Montreal, or you go to a CEGEP, which is like college, for 2 or 3 years, pre-university here in my province. It's a thing that's unique to our province. And you see these 17 and 18-year-olds. Oh, they're texting each other. It's like, I'm in Pavilion A. Well, I'm in the cafeteria. Let's both meet at Pavilion D, My 12, 8-year-olds don't have phones. And when it comes to the moment when they do have phones, it will be basic text call. No. Okay, that's great. Yeah, Joe, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that score. Absolutely. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I think I hope I didn't leave anything out in my little rant about X and Y, which I said I'm basically in a pox on both their houses kind of mood right now. Um, yeah, I'm in a pox on both their houses kind of mood right now. And yeah, and my concern is for this poor child. And I am concerned because X opens herself up for doxing. I am concerned that something is going to happen. I'm worried that something happens, not to that particular child, but all of her children because of this, her actual parenting, you know what I mean? Same Joe. When I worked at a sleepaway camp, there are kids in junior age that go on Facebook. Yeah, I've seen that too. My 13-year-old has a phone, but I have her email synced to my phone so I can see everything she does. Well, yeah, Kim, you're monitoring. You're monitoring. You're doing what a responsible parent should do. You're monitoring your child's online activity in order to keep them safe, right? So, yeah, that's what responsible parents do, or should be doing anyway, in my opinion. I know. I'm becoming a concern, the childless concern troll now. But yeah, that's my opinion. That is my opinion on that. That should be best privatizing all our vids and sticking to anything that doesn't involve our kids. Yep, you're right. You're right. Yep. Yeah, Kay, I agree too. I agree too. But yeah, exactly. It's yeah. And it becomes, I am planning to do a video soon about the difference or the fine line between holding someone to account and bullying. I'm planning to do a video about that somewhere down the road. But I think the video I did today is certainly a good preamble. Because I honestly don't believe why exercised concern, because I think she did it for views. Honestly, I think she did it for views. Like I said, we're all on YouTube. We all want views. Let's be honest. We wouldn't be on the platform if we didn't want views. The difference is there are people who come by it dishonestly, like Y, for instance. Okay? They come by it dishonestly. Yeah. Isn't that helicopter parenting? No, I don't. No, I don't believe that is helicopter parenting, at least not in my opinion. My oldest has a Kindle tablet. Every time he downloads something, I get an email. And if it's something he should, it gets called out and deleted. Oh, great. That's good, Kay. Both my boys know I monitor their usage on their tablets. Okay, perfect. I am for sure a semi-helicopter parent. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, mine are still set to where they only get what I've been given them access to. They don't get to even touch the store. All right, Jenny. Yeah, Jenny, absolutely. My daughter knows best. I don't snoop, but I do feel something. If I do feel something is weird going on, I have the right to check. Yeah, absolutely. You should exercise that, Kim. Absolutely. Got to go protect your children. Jenny Burns, I do that with my youngest for sure. LOL, like, nah, you're too young for what your brother does. Yeah, exactly. And it's always should be different rules for different ages. Obviously, as a child gets older and if they've earned the trust with their behavior, yeah, definitely. It's up to a parent to decide what privileges they gain or not as a child ages. That's up to a parent to decide that, I believe. Oh, yes, I make sure they know I am watching too. Absolutely, I agree. Hang on a second. That's another thing. Ginger ale has become my friend these days. Ginger ale has become my best friend. Yeah, it's become my best friend. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm concerned. I found out last year that I'm J Station gets through the kids mode. Even he still sneaks on, but I found a way to block his channel for good. Okay, good, Joe, because J Station, no, I don't even think adults should be watching J Station. Honestly, I don't think adults should be watching J Station. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. When they start paying for their own cell bill, they can have their privacy. All right, Kim. Yeah, ginger ale. It's because I've been having a lot of upset stomachs. I've been having a lot of upset stomach lately. In addition to, my brain not really functioning as it should, the past couple of days, I've also been dealing with nausea. So yeah, ginger ale has become my friend. I was supposed to go to some dinner tonight, but because I'm really not feeling great, I'm not going. And besides, it's freezing, frigid, ice cold outside tonight. Yeah, I agree, especially because I was doing that. Parents tried to control me on that. Grandma had to tell them it's my bill. Calm down. I like it too. I find it settling on an upset stomach, the ginger ale. I'm lucky that my kids want to watch YouTube in the living room, so I can just veto the video in front of everyone. Then go into my history on my laptop and block the channel I vetoed. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about a dad who saw a really horrible note on Facebook on his daughter's computer. Well, yeah, exactly. People might claim, oh, helicopter parenting, because I'm monitoring my kids' social media. But how often are kids, they're either their lives somehow become endangered. Anything from cyberbullying to buying into what some sock account Good Time Charlie might be feeding them, right? Yeah, I'm going off topic again slightly, but it is an important discussion to have, um, and maybe, children and social media, maybe that could be a topic for another video, but I'd have to do a collab with someone who is a parent because I'm not a parent. So I would have to collab with someone who is. But back to what I was saying, I'd rather helicopter parent. Yep. Kids aren't going to openly share things. Yeah, really, Kim? We'll discuss it. We can discuss it, Kim. We can discuss it. There was a short film in the UK about a 13-year-old being groomed via Facebook by someone impersonating another 13-year-old and went to meet the person and showed how easy it was, and it was scary. Yeah, and that still happens today, in any part of the world, Joe. It happens here in Canada, it happens in the United States. And that is concerning indeed, I agree, Lily. I agree. That's why we should all do our part to, bring awareness. We should all do our part to bring awareness. But honestly, what kind of example do a lot of adults set? Because I see, we see a lot of adults bullying other adults, let alone children, It's like, what kind of example are some adults setting, I have to wonder. Now with social media going on. Yeah, I know. And social media can be a toxic place. I'm not going to deny that. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it can all be toxic. I'm not going to deny that, my head ain't in the sand on all that, especially the Paul brothers and Lillipons. I don't know what Lillipons is, but I know who the Paul brothers are. Yes. The Paul brothers who love to make babies cry on camera. Yeah. And that is why I will never watch them. No. That is why I will never watch them. Okay, yeah. So here we go again with the obnoxious e-begging portion of the show. If anybody wishes to support this channel, you may do so through PayPal or through Patreon. And again, I want to give a shout out to my 3 patrons, Journey to Find K, Kim Liepert. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And somebody who calls herself S. I know who she is, but she wishes to keep her privacy and just shout her out as S. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kay. You went on TikTok for a day. How repulsed. Yes. Thank you, Kay. The e-begging. Yeah, the obnoxious e-begging portion of the show. Yeah. Yeah. The obnoxious e-begging portion of the show. Kay, thanks for putting up the Discord server. If you want to meet some awesome people, like Journey to Find Kay, like Kim, like Joe, like Ray Phoenix, who was here earlier. I think almost everybody in my chat is a member. Everybody who has commented on the live chat pretty much is a member of my Discord server. Anyways, viewers out there who have not, if you have not joined our Discord server, the link is in the chat. It's also in the description box. You can just come to vent. You can come to vent with non-judgmental people who will lend a sympathetic ear. There's always someone around. Or just to, shoot the breeze for some, shits and giggles. Share your artwork, share your writing, share your YouTube videos. It's a great place. We're a month and a half old and we're already over 40 members. That Discord server grew faster than my channel did initially in that space, like in the first month and a half. Grew faster than my channel did, yeah. I like their art vine, so I still need to join. Yeah, join. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Vine and Miss Vine, but when they have the young stars and the MagCon boys, I have no idea who these people are. Lily, remember, I'm old and I'm not cool. Okay, I'm very old and I'm very uncool. Yeah. I'm heading off. Got to try. Oh, yeah, it's the middle of the night for you, isn't it, Joe? Yeah, it's the middle of the night. Yeah, good night. And thank you. Yeah. Good night. And thank you for stopping by, Joe. Great to see you. I haven't opened the app in about a week or so. That's okay. Yeah, have a great rest of your evening. And I hope you sleep better, Joe. Yeah. Night. Around here, it's almost the dinner hour. It's almost the dinner hour around here. I'm not even hungry. I'm not even hungry. That's the weird thing. Even though I should be eating something. Again, I'm getting sidetracked. I always get sidetracked. Well, at least I managed to get my groove after initially in the video of stuttering and stumbling along. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's okay. You're not missing much. There are a lot of trendy dances and the soy sauce trend where their guys think they're private. Yuck. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kay. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, Kay. If you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please do so on the way out the door. If you haven't already, thumbs up. If you haven't already. Yes. So anyways, I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about and my concerns regarding X and Y and the child in question. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I honestly hope X takes my advice to heart. And I honestly hope X takes my advice to heart. And like I said, and for Y jumping off the handle, it's true. We don't know this child's status in the country. So before assuming that the child is illegal or is undocumented, should have done her homework. Yes, homework. Remember that. I do my homework. Kay does her homework too. Yeah. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button on the way out. Please hit that like button. Yes. Yes. Or if you didn't like it, you can hit the thumbs down too. It's all engagement. Yeah. We don't have to we don't have to like everybody all of the time. We don't have to agree with everything we all say. But I think we can agree here that, I think we can all agree here that while X's judgment is questionable and she needs to really be careful, I also think that Y is even Yeah, I think why should have known better than to go after that piece. I honestly think why should have known better before going after that piece. Honestly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to stay on for the next few minutes, for the next 5 minutes or so. So if there's any more comments or questions, please, you can share them. You can share them now, and I'd be happy to entertain them. Or if they come later, if these suggestions come later, you can always post them in the comments section below. Like I said, I leave all the streams up for those who missed it, who may have missed it. Yeah. Um, yeah, what else? Yeah. Okay. For my patrons. Yeah, I know I kept putting off. I do owe you guys a video, and I'm going to do my best to focus on that for the next couple of days. I'm going to do my best to focus on that for the next couple of days. I do owe you some content, and I have not forgotten about you. I got a comment. This was a good stream without totally outing anyone. If you knew, you knew. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. But and like I said, because a child is concerned, I decided I was not going to use real names. Like I said, I mean, if anybody, I mean, obviously people in the chat today have inferred as to who I was talking about, but I'm glad you didn't. I'm happy that you all didn't mention names. And I want to thank you. I want to sincerely thank you for that. Yes, I want views too, but not at the expense of certain. No, and it's like right now, my concern is about a child who might be at risk, and not necessarily from X's parenting either. But yeah, of her judgment, of her video, but of why, because I feel that why might have. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see down the road, but sometime down the road. But I fear that why may have exacerbated an already problematic situation. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. So I want to thank you for, I want to thank you all in the live chat for not mentioning names, the names of who I was talking about. I really appreciate you. Yeah. Whew. What else? Yes. So we covered join the Discord. We covered all that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Any questions? Any other comments? Like I said, for the next few minutes, because after this, I'm going to be making some veggie broth because I have to put something in my. I have to put something in my system. Yeah, veggie broth, which I'm going to cook which I'm going to nuke in the microwave, because it seems microwave cooking is pretty much one of the only safe methods of cooking around here for me. Yeah. Welcome to the Discord. Welcome. Welcome. Cool. Okay. All right, then. If there's no further comments or further questions, I'm going to do my outro. So yeah, that's going to be living life with Lisa. Hi. Oh, that's okay, Lisa. I'm going to be keeping the stream up. I always keep my streams up. But I'm really glad to see you. I'm really glad to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for dropping by, Living Life with Lisa. I appreciate you. So anyways, if there are no more comments or questions, I'm going to wish you all a great evening. For those of you, my patrons, I am going to do my best to have that content out for you, have a video out for you on Patreon in the next few days. I don't know when I'm going to come back live next. I'm going to try within a few days. I'm going to try. Like I said, I haven't been doing all that great. My brain hasn't been functioning all that well either lately. Short-term memory, word loss, all that lovely stuff. Which brings me, I forgot to mention. Yeah. Why did mention a speech impediment, mispronunciation of words. Okay. So I'm glad to see that Y likes to poke fun at somebody's speech impediment too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so if you wish to support the channel, you may do so on Patreon or with PayPal. If you haven't joined our Discord server, please join the Discord server. Links are further up in the chat. They're in the description box below the video. And I wish you all a great weekend. Take care of yourselves and each other. And always remember, if there is somebody vulnerable in your midst, please take the time to look in on them, lend them a sympathetic ear, share a coffee, share a meal with them. Sometimes that can make, that's all it takes to make the difference, all the difference in the world to that person. Always look in on those of us who are more vulnerable or who are alone. No worries, we can wait. Understand, Fedora. Take care of yourself. I appreciate your patience. So anyways, I will see you all in the next one. And I wish you all, I wish you all much love. And I'll see you all in the next one. Straight talking Fedora Chick over and out. Have a great evening.